Coming up tonight at 5, flames engulfed an entire house this afternoon. Crews dealt with the frigid temperatures in the fight to get it under control. Officials tell us no one was inside. We'll tell you what happened to the people who live there and how people in the area are reacting. Also at 5, a group put up a nativity scene at the Nebraska Capitol today. Who else already has a display there and why this raises concerns about the lines between church and state. And it's a busy day out there as you leave work. Let's check in with traffic reporter Cami Carlisle.
Well, traffic is busy throughout the metro. We have a handful of accidents, various stages of cleanup. 108th and Q, 24th in Vinton, and southbound Saddle Creek, right about Grover. We do have a crash out there along 80 westbound at about 50th. Here's a live look, 80 at 42nd. As you can see, a lot of brake lights on. Unfortunately, this delay extends back onto southbound 480, well past Martha. So as you leave downtown, brake lights on. Once you get to 80 westbound, you keep them on all the way past the crash at 50th. You stay busy to 72nd, and then you'll run into some more heavy volume right about Harrison, so be ready for that. We're also seeing a lengthy delay on the Dodge Expressway westbound as you make your way towards Boys Town. Cami Carlisle, KMTV Action 3 News.
Now at 5, a home in Valley is a total loss after a fire broke out this afternoon.
Officials tell us no one was inside the house when it caught fire. Crews also battled the bitterly cold temperatures. Reporter Andrea Braswell is live at the site and live with the latest. Andrea.
Yes, and it's very fortunate that, like you guys said, no one was inside the house at the time of the fire. And I'm just going to step out so you guys can see what's left of this home. It's completely destroyed. When we first got on the scene, there were really big flames. At least 4 different crews were out here battling this fire. They were using so much water just to get that fire down. Firefighters spent hours trying to put out the flames. The cause of the fire is still unknown, but Waterloo Fire Chief Travis Harlow says a wood-burning stove could possibly be the cause. Harlow says the distance between the closest fire hydrant and the home played a role in how long it took to put the fire out.
Initial response, we have about 4,000 gallons of water on it. Obviously, the turnaround time, being able to go to the hydrant, fill up the tankers, coming back, it takes about 8 to 10 minutes round trip. When we're flowing 600 to 700 gallons a minute, we'll go through that water on scene pretty quickly.
The homeowner eventually came home but did not want to speak on camera. Now, I did speak with some nearby neighbors, and they say that although there's no fire hydrants close by in this neighborhood, that's not something that's a big concern for them because they choose to live in this neighborhood. Live on 252nd Street in Maple, Andrea Braswell, KMTV Action 3 News. All
right, thank you, Andrea. We now know the name of the Omaha man who died in a fiery crash on Friday. The Douglas County Sheriff's Office says 32-year-old Gary Magaha of Omaha died when his vehicle hit a tree and burst into flames. The crash happened near 186 and State Street. Deputies say the fire's aftermath made it difficult for investigators to identify him and the vehicle. They used dental records to confirm his identity. No word on the exact cause of the crash, but officials say icy conditions likely played a role.
Now, your Weather Alert First Forecast.
We saw more sunshine today, and for the first time in a week, afternoon high temperatures managed to make it into the 30s, at least in parts of eastern Nebraska. Iowa, a little different story with highs in the mid to upper 20s, but the warming trend will continue. What about the next few hours? Well, with those high, thin cirrus clouds passing through, temperatures are going to kind of hold steady with a south wind. It's a little breezy outside. Temperatures are not going to change a whole lot, sitting in the 20s here through the early morning hours. I'll show you how warm it's expected to be and what you can expect as we head into Christmas Day.
Thanks, Jen. Electors across the nation voted today for a presidential candidate. Typically, they vote for the person who won the most votes in their state. Reporter Megan Hahn was at today's vote in Lincoln and is live with the latest on that. Megan?
The road to the White House hasn't been without its share of bumps, as many across the nation are calling for electors to go rogue and change their votes, hoping for a last-minute chance to sway the election. Here in Nebraska, many electors have also faced that pressure to change their vote.
Second ballot cast for Donald J. Trump.
And with that, all 6 Nebraska electors cast their votes for Donald J. Trump as president, officially marking the state red. While the vote was unanimous, not everyone in attendance at the Electoral College meeting was in favor of a Trump presidency.
Wanted to happen was I wanted the electors to vote either abstain from voting or to vote for anyone else so that this could go to the House and the Senate.
5 people spoke out, urging electors to rethink their votes during a public hearing section. They cited controversy over Russian hacking and the surge of fake news articles as key points, calling for a security briefing over concerns.
I think that's our responsibility, if we see something wrong, to stand up and say, this is wrong, to draw attention, because if we draw attention to it, they have no option other than to address it.
Several electors say they received an outpouring of hundreds of messages from voters against President-elect Trump, most of which were from out of state. But the representatives were largely uninterested in abandoning Trump in a traditional red state.
These death threats and harassment that other folks have supposedly experienced, I experienced nothing of the kind. So I very much respect the people who reached out to me. They made sensible arguments, but I just disagree with them.
Read some of them. The tone shift from vote for Hillary to vote for nobody to vote for Kasich. That was kind of last week's thing. Just, last-ditch efforts to try to, not take the will of the electoral system, in play.
Nebraska law forbids electors voting against the state. If there was an incident with a so-called faithless elector, they'd be replaced by another person who would do their duty in accordance with the state, despite the argument over who won the popular vote.
Well, the popular vote, that's like saying whoever gets the most yards in a football game should automatically win the game, and it just doesn't happen.
Once all of the elector votes are officially counted when Congress reconvenes, Donald Trump will be inaugurated on January 20th as president. Reporting live from the state capitol in Lincoln, Megan Hahn, KMTV Action 3 News.
All right, thank you, Megan. 6 people cast ballots for Iowa in the Electoral College vote. They gathered at the state capitol this afternoon. Those electors all voted for the president-elect. And Electoral College voters across the country fulfilled their constitutional duty by voting for the next president. President Bill Clinton was the first elector in New York to cast his vote for his wife, Hillary Clinton. A Texas Republican elector voted for Ohio Governor John Kasich. Critics of the Electoral College argue that the system is outdated and broken and point out that the Democratic nominee Hillary Clinton won nearly 3 million more votes than Mr. Trump.
It's a big accomplishment just to generate this conversation about the Electoral College.
The anti-Trump movement did not get the 37 defectors needed to block the president-elect from winning the White House. Just moments ago, Mr. Trump got the 270 electoral votes needed to become the next president. A joint session of Congress will officially certify him as the 45th president of the U.S. on January 6th.
At state capitals around the country, people gathered to try to sway the electors' votes.
This is my America! My America! Take me out if you must!
A rowdy crowd gathered for some protest, this one in Wisconsin, where where police officers had to escort that woman away who was protesting against the electors' votes going to President-elect Donald Trump. Protesters gathered in other states, including Minnesota, New York, and Arizona.
The Elkhorn School Board voted unanimously today to continue forward to acquire land for a third high school. According to our news partners at the Omaha World Herald, the approval allows the district to move forward with eminent domain to acquire land at 180th Street and West Maple Road for the proposed new high school. In all, it covers 43.5 acres. The district opened the second high school, Elkhorn South, in 2010. The superintendent cited enrollment projections as the need for another high school in the coming years.
The local economy in Sidney, Nebraska is taking a financial hit since Bass Pro Shops announced plans to merge with Cabela's. With Cabela's uncertain future, home property values in the town of 7,000 have dropped because many of them are on the market, and businesses are reportedly feeling the impact as well. Bass Pro Shops is expected to close on the $4.5 billion deal next year. The company says it plans to keep operations in Sidney. No word on how many of the 2,000 jobs there will be lost.
A traditional holiday display is once again coming to the Nebraska state capitol, a move that raises questions about the line between church and state. The Thomas More Society set up a nativity scene on the Capitol's ground floor today. The group received permission for the display after applying for a permit this past summer. The Thomas More Society says the display is a freedom of expression.
So when we place something in the rotunda like this, it's not intended to be a confrontation. If there's any message in it other than the simple message of the season, it is that it's a reminder that this is a public space.
Lincoln Atheists also had a display in Rotunda. Nebraska's Capitol Administrator says the building is public and welcomes people of all faiths.
Well, if you stopped by the post office today to make a holiday shipment, you probably saw just how busy it was. Today is the busiest shipping day of the year. For those who still need to drop the holiday gifts off in the mail and want to get them there by Christmas, tomorrow is the last day for first class mail, December 21st for priority mail, and the 23rd for priority mail express.
The Open Door mission helps thousands of kids have a Christmas gift this year thanks to a special drive-through. It's called Project Santa, and families in need line up with cars to pick up the gifts. 4,200 children receive a holiday gift this year.
Yeah, I just think it's overwhelming. It's just wonderful. Just a wonderful experience to be able to give back to the community.
The effort served families over the past 3 decades. This year, Open Door Mission says nearly 70% of families who pre-registered are first-timers. Well, a bipartisan group is calling for an investigation into the allegations of Russia hacking U.S. political campaigns.
What advisors to President-elect Donald Trump are demanding from intelligence officials.
And much of the country is feeling these bitterly cold temperatures, how it shattered some records.
And it still was a cold day today. Right now, sitting in the 20s and the 30s. But we have a warming trend that will take hold here over the next few days. I'll show you how warm and what you can expect on Christmas Day.
You're watching KMTV Action 3 News with Jennifer Griswold, Craig McRelly, and weather with meteorologist Jennifer Zeppelin. This is KMTV Action 3 News, live at 5. Shine the light on hunger with the Holiday Lights Festival. Proceeds from the ConAgra brands, Ice Rank, and food collections help the food bank for the Heartland and feed those in need. Learn how you can help at holidaylightsfestival.org. Presented by Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Nebraska, Action 3 News, and Star 104.5. Action 3 News Mobile Storm Tracker, powered by Jensen Tire and Auto.
The Woodhouse Auto family wishes you and your family many blessings this holiday season. Lease a new 2016 Ford F-150 Super Crew XLT 4x4 for only $289 a month. Woodhouse has over 800 Ford F-150s to choose from. Visit us at Woodhouse Ford in Plattsmouth today. We wish you a Merry Christmas from our house to your house.
Sweet. Wow.
There it is. This holiday season, people have a lot to say about the Chevy Red Tag sales event.
This thing is a beast.
Steel or aluminum?
Oh, steel.
Why?
Science.
It's going to hold up over aluminum, big time. You can get special holiday pricing, and when you find your red tag, you get thousands more cash back. That's 2 deals in 1.
2 deals sounds better than 1. A for sure thing for me.
During the Red Tag sales event, get 2 deals in 1. Find your tag for an average total value over $9,600 on Chevy Silverado All-Stars. Find new roads at your local Chevy dealer.
It's never been easier to shop Yonkers for the holidays with buy online, pickup in store. Shop for what you want when you want it. Simply shop Yonkers.com, select pickup in store, and place your holiday order online. We'll contact you when your order is ready for pickup at your nearest store in as little as a few hours. Plus, with our dedicated pickup service desk, it's never been easier or faster to order today and wear it tonight. Yonkers, your store, your style.
My hero, zero, such a funny little hero, but till you came along, we counted on our fingers and toes. Now you're here to stay, and nobody really knows.
Zero really can be a hero. Get 0 down, 0 deposit, 0 due-at signing, and 0 first month's payment on select Volkswagen models. Right now at the Volkswagen Sign and Drive event.
How wonderful you are.
Skyview brought to you by Exarban Heating, Air Conditioning, and Plumbing.
When I was diagnosed, I vowed not to give up on my dream of being a professional cyclist. That's when I found Breakaway from Cancer.
When my brother was battling cancer, I needed help navigating the mazes of healthcare and insurance issues. I'm so thankful that Breakaway from Cancer helped me find my way.
Through Breakaway from Cancer, I found a community that inspires me.
At BreakawayFromCancer.com, Amgen's Breakaway from Cancer nonprofit partners offer services to complement those provided by your medical team.
A bipartisan group of senators is calling for an investigation into allegations of Russian hacking during the presidential campaign. Advisors to the president-elect Donald Trump are demanding proof from intelligence officials that Russia hacked U.S. political campaigns. The intelligence community's unanimous decision prompted 4 powerful senators, 2 Democrats and 2 Republicans, to call for a special investigation.
They should not be leaking to the media. If there's evidence, let's see it.
We need a select committee. We need to get to the bottom of this. We need to find out exactly what was done.
Right now, there's no proof that the hacking affected actual vote counts.
President Obama has granted clemency for dozens convicted of crimes. It was the largest number in a single day by any president. The White House says the president pardoned 78 people and shortened the sentence of 153 others convicted of federal crimes. According to the White House counsel, Obama has now pardoned 148 people during his presidency and has shortened the sentence of more than 1,000 people. Nearly 400 of them were serving life sentences. The North Carolina law known as the bathroom bill that spurred nationwide protests appears to be headed for repeal. Today, the city of Charlotte says it will repeal it. The state could do the same thing. The law targets transgender people, ordering them to use the bathroom that corresponds with whatever sex they were born, as well as excluding members of the LGBT community from being declared a legally protected class. It came in response to the city passing a law banning LGBT discrimination.
The Arctic air and sub-zero wind chills shatter records from coast to coast. Those frigid and icy conditions are blamed in about a dozen deaths on the roads nationally. Jamie Yukis has more.
The Arctic weather paralyzed travel across the country. Icy conditions caused a Spirit Airlines plane to slide off the taxiway at Niagara International Airport near Buffalo on Sunday. And a United jet skidded off the runway at Chicago's O'Hare International Airport.
Our trip got pushed back 2 hours, then it got pushed back 4 hours. Now it's canceled.
A stranded driver shot this video of a deadly, fiery tanker crash on icy I-95 Saturday in Baltimore. At least 2 people were killed and dozens were injured in the nearly 70 vehicle pileup. This drone video shows the intensity of the cold blast, turning this lighthouse off of Lake Michigan into an ice castle. The frigid weather didn't stop football fans from their tailgating traditions.
By far the coldest.
In Minnesota, Vikings fans had the answer to tailgating in weather well below zero.
How do you prepare for a day like today when you come out tailgating?
You don't really.
Lots of layers.
Layers.
When those Vikings fans were tailgating yesterday, it felt like 35 degrees below zero with the wind chill. That means frostbite can set in less than 10 minutes. But there is a warm-up on the way the next couple of days. Today's high in Minneapolis will be a balmy 23 degrees. Jamie Yukis, CBS News, Minneapolis.
Well, that same warm-up they have here happened here at 30s today in the sun. The sun is finally out.
The sun's finally out, and we had a very, very cold weekend, but luckily the sun is out.
Yes.
Meteorologist Jennifer Zeppelin joins us now with what we can expect. Hey there, Jen.
And guys, you got to check this out right now. This is absolutely magnificent. I don't know that anybody could paint a better skyline. Our sun setting across Omaha right now. This is live from our Harrah's Casino cam. Looking downtown Omaha, you can still see all that ice and the snow just floating down the Missouri River, but absolutely spectacular tonight. Just one of those aha moments. 29 degrees right now. We have dew points at 16, south winds. It's a little breezy outside, 17 miles an hour. Those southerly winds are helping to warm things up, but another system, a little weak disturbance back to the north of us, pushing some high, thin cirrus clouds in our direction. Not expecting any moisture, so it will be a dry, quiet night tonight across the region. However, we have some more changes coming our way here. At least for most of the week, it looks pretty quiet and dry. But it's Saturday into Sunday that we have another major system coming our way. Right now, notice that we have rain potentially moving in late Saturday night. What about Sunday, Christmas Day? What we know right now is that the front will be arriving on Sunday. The storm system is still well off the coast of California, has not even moved into the United States, so something we will be monitoring and watching very closely here in the coming days. Rain will develop late Saturday, and then we'll be drawing in some much colder air, but it stays back to the north of us. So all of this falls as rain from Omaha down to the south, Front lifts off to the north of us right now. This is the current track and path of the storm system, and it looks like we'll see more rain on Sunday. I'm going to go ahead and advance it in time and then flip it over to where and who would be dealing with snow. And right now, the heaviest snow bands would be forming possibly Saturday and into Sunday, but all of it staying to the north of us, over the Dakotas, North Dakota, South Dakota, even into Minnesota. So the potential of a white Christmas the further north you go. But if you have travel plans down to the south from Omaha southward, looks like you're going to be running into rain. Even back to the west, though, potentially some snow moving over parts of central and western Nebraska. But storm system we will watch very closely. Along with that, big warm up in store before this front even moves in, and then some colder air from Canada will start to dive down to the south as we head into Saturday and Sunday. Still a couple of warm days though, not only for Saturday but even Christmas Day, and then that cold air starts to kind of invade the area by around Monday of next week. So a week from today that we're looking at another shot of Arctic air coming our way, but before that front arrives, it's expected to be at least above average here for the next few days. Morning lows in the teens and 20s, partly cloudy skies. Our day planner for tomorrow, starting off with 20. Jump it up to about 35 degrees at noon. Winds will be much lighter tomorrow from the southwest at 5 miles an hour, so that allows that warming trend to keep taking place. Afternoon high temperatures in the upper 30s to low 40s area-wide tomorrow. 20 degrees here in Omaha tonight with increasing clouds. Already have those high, thin cirrus clouds around the area, but not expecting any precipitation. Mostly sunny by tomorrow afternoon. A mild day in comparison to what we've been dealing with, and way above the averages for this time of the year. Normal high around 35. And over the next few days, Wednesday, Thursday, even into Friday and Saturday, we're looking at highs in the 40s, morning lows in the 20s. The change coming in here Saturday into Sunday. Slight chance that we could see some rain showers right now. And it does appear that at least we're going to stay on the warm side of the storm system, and it's looking more like rain for us than snow, but something we will watch very closely. All depends on the track of the system. With the chances for some snow across the region, always a good time to download the Snowcast app. Go to KMTV.com so you can track where it's snowing in your neighborhood.
Thanks, Jen. A 2-year-old in Colorado spent several hours inside a cold car.
How serious the child's injuries are and what the mother told police about the incident.
Team, technology, experience. Jennifer Zeppelin and the Action 3 News Weather Alert Team.
When it's time for the big game to start, a team comes together. A group of people who share a common desire for victory. So we're offering up big wins, like this brand new 2016 Chevy Cruze for up to $5,000 off or just $99 a month. And why are we doing it? Because it's deals like these that help get you to moments like this. And that's reason enough for us. Your deal is waiting at H&H Chevrolet. So visit us today.
Here's to the givers, the makers of smiles, igniters of dreams, who give of themselves unto others, who embody the true spirit of the season, with gifts of hope, compassion, and time. Here's to the givers who give from the heart and make Christmas magic. Merry Christmas from Shields.
My hero, Zero, such a funny little hero, but till you came along, we counted on our fingers and toes. Now you're here to stay, and nobody really knows how.
Zero really can be a hero. Get 0 down, 0 deposit, 0 due-it signing, and 0 first month's payment on select Volkswagen models. Right now at the Volkswagen Sign Then Drive event.
How wonderful you are.
It's time for the Iowa Lottery's holiday promotion. Jingle Bills features 11 fun holiday scratch games with big cash prizes, plus 64 Play It Again prizes of $1,000 each, and a Play It Again grand prize of $20,000. Play the Iowa Lottery's holiday scratch games today. And remember, if you don't win, play it again. Woohoo!
On tonight's list, unusual ways to wrap gifts with things you never thought of using, plus have fun and get a great workout with Trapeze School, and the best cookbooks inspired by pop culture. On tonight's list.
Tonight at 6:30 on KMTV 3.
Get big year-end savings at Nissan today.
A mother could be facing charges after police found her toddler left in a dangerously cold car. Police found the 2-year-old in this parking lot in Thornton, Colorado. Investigators say the toddler spent at least 7 hours inside the car. Police say the mother told them she was in an accident and left her car there overnight. The child had frostbite and hypothermia.
A sheriff's deputy is recovering after being wounded in a shooting. It happened at this hospital in Dublin, Georgia, late last night. Deputies responded to a call of an active shooter there. When they made contact with the suspect, he opened fire, hitting one of the deputies in the leg. The suspect was taken into custody. No one else was hurt.
Coming up at 6 on KMTV, a proposal to create a designated entertainment district in Omaha will go before the city council tomorrow. The change would allow patrons to bring their drinks outside of bars and restaurants in designated areas. Where it could show up first and how many people in the area are reacting. That story at 6. And make sure you stay with us. Beautiful shot of the skyline and the sunset there as the sun begins to fall and nightfall comes in tonight on this Monday evening. Jennifer Zeppelin will have another check of our weekend forecast coming up.
The Weather Alert team needs Weather Alert kids, and your child is just who we're looking for. Send your photos to icontribute@kmtv.com, and your child could help forecast the weather on Action 3 News Live at 10 and Action 3 News This Morning. Sponsored by Children's Hospital and Medical Center.
With Advil, you'll ask, what bad knee? What throbbing head? Advil makes pain a distant memory. Nothing works faster, stronger, or longer. What? Pain. Advil.
You wouldn't believe what's in this keister. A farmer's market, a fire truck, even a marching band. And if I can get comfortable talking about this keister, then you can get comfortable using Preparation H. For any sort of discomfort in yours. Preparation H. Get comfortable with it.
Holiday season, and we ask ourselves, should I get that special someone a beautiful gift or a functional gift? At Plaza Buick GMC, the answer is easy because the vehicles are both. The 2017 Buick Encore is sleek and sculpted and has room for 5. And while they last, lease one for only $239 a month with 0 down, 0 first payment, and 0 security deposit. Make this holiday season truly memorable with a visit to Plaza Buick GMC, 120th and L, Omaha.
When was the last time you felt free? It's time to uncover that feeling again with the compassion of a cross and shield. Most accepted by top doctors and specialists, and the power of a card that opens doors in all 50 states, giving you the freedom to love, to dream, to dance like no one is watching. Blue Cross Blue Shield of Nebraska. Live fearless.
Sweet. Wow.
There it is. This holiday season, people have a lot to say about the Chevy Red Tag sales event.
This thing is a beast.
Steel or aluminum?
Oh, steel.
Why?
Science.
It's gonna hold up over aluminum, big time. You can get special holiday pricing, and when you find your red tag, you get thousands more cash back. That's 2 deals in 1.
2 deals sounds better than 1. A for sure thing for me.
During the Red Tag sales event, get 2 deals in 1. Find your tag for an average total value over $8,600 on Chevy Silverado All-Stars. Find new roads at your local Chevy dealer.
If you're in a wreck, call Intertech.
Accidents happen, and Intertech is here to make sure you get back on the road as quickly and safely as possible. Our 7 locations in the metro will allow you to get the same great Intertech personal care on your vehicle with a faster turnaround. And Intertech Snapshot Estimator web app lets you easily upload images of your accident to get the estimate process started even sooner. So keep us in mind for the next time.
If you're in a wreck, call Intertech.
Brought to you by Intertech Collision. Now, your Weather Alert Weekend Forecast. Brought to you by Intertech Collision Centers.
Well, temperatures here through the weekend. Believe it or not, I know Christmas right around the corner on Sunday. I'm looking at highs in the 40s. But there is a change. Another front moving in on Sunday. Initially, it looks like rain. Then we could see a switch over, a little bit of snow right now, but I think we stay in that warmer pocket of air with all the cold air to the north of us, and that's where the snow is. So this is a system we will be monitoring very closely. Boy, check out the next several hours. Cold night tonight, but nothing like what we've been dealing with over the last few days. And if you haven't had an opportunity to step outside, that sunset tonight is absolutely magnificent.
It is definitely breathtaking. Thanks, Jen.
All right. Well, download the KMTV app for the up-to-minute traffic updates and breaking news.
We'll see you tonight at 6.
We know you have many choices for news, so thank you for watching KMTV Action 3 News.